Back in 2002, when I was just 23 years old, I was still living in Latvia, which is my home country. And I was really struggling in life. I was struggling financially, in terms of my relationships. I was drinking a lot, and I had no direction in life. I was just drifting along. And guess what? I was blaming everything else for that, except myself. I couldn't take any responsibility because I was 100% a victim. I had the typical victim's mindset, where I was blaming everything else, the circumstances, the people. I was telling myself and the others that it's all because I don't know people in high places. I'm just a country boy who's moved to the city, and I have no connections, no network of people who could talk me into a cushy job, because I saw that as the only way of making more money, right? So I was just blaming the life itself for my miserable existence. And with this mindset, I immigrated to Ireland. And I was really resolute that I was going to make something of my life in Ireland, because over there, the minimum living wage was way higher than what I used to make in Latvia, right? So I started working in a warehouse, and I remember the feeling that I got when I got the first pay. It was amazing. It was great. It was something that I'd never felt before. So much money. A weekly salary was twice as much as my monthly salary over in Latvia, right? So everything went well in the beginning for the first few years because I was really enthusiastic. I started building my new life in the new host country in Ireland, and I started working on other aspects of my life. But guess what? That victim in me, the victim didn't disappear. It didn't go away. And all of those demons that I was also running away from when I moved from Latvia to Ireland, those demons just stayed there. And as the time went by, all these issues started surfacing up again and again. The anger issues, the drinking, the inability to just feel good. You know, I was always preoccupied with something, anxious, stressed out, and I was sabotaging my relationship as well. I was always unhappy about one thing or another, and I thought back then that the money was the only reason why I was unhappy. So I was drawing parallels between my life in Latvia and how bad it was, and that allegedly it was all the money fault, right? The lack of money. And then I moved to Ireland, and things started getting better, but it was not still good enough. So obviously the only factor that I could blame with the understanding and the awareness that I had back then was finances, money. So in my mind, I just had to find a way of making more money, and that would make me happy, I thought, right? I did not realize that it's all in me. This victim, this angry dude, this person who's not satisfied with anything, this person who never has it good enough, this perfectionist who is super good at criticizing himself 24/7, who's burning himself out just to prove that he's good enough. All of those subconscious programs that were running me on an autopilot, I didn't even realize that I had them, that they existed. It's only 20 plus years later that I learned that my life was driven mostly by my subconscious programs, by these drives, desires, these inexplicable urges. And when I finally learned how to start understanding them, integrating them, those emotions, they need to be integrated. For example, anger, right? A healthy anger is a very valid and necessary emotion, whereas suppressed anger is something that makes you into a ticking time bomb, right? And that's just one example. There's a lot of emotions inside of us like that. So when I learned how to integrate all of that and start understanding by different ways and means of doing subconscious mind therapy, that's when my life started changing.